Hello, it's Dr. Lisa Thompson here, and in this episode of The Doctor Is In, we're concluding our discussion on content marketing strategies that will help you become the credible expert even if you are brand new. These are notes taken from a live webinar training I attended 10 days ago by my good friend and content marketing specialist, Norbert Orlewicz. Now, what I highly recommend that you do, if you didn't catch all of my other previous blog posts where I outlined one key point from each of the main subject points that Norbert addressed in his training, what I want you to do is I want you to head over to my website at drlisamthompson.com/7 social media metrics. This is the blog post that I wrote yesterday where we outline what the 7 important social media metrics are that determine what Google deems as engaging content, which will help you rank in the search engines. Now remember, engagement is huge right now in search engine marketing, and that's what's going to give you the extra boost from Google to get your content to rank in the main search engines. Now with this particular blog post, what this also has in it are my previous blog posts where we covered one key element from Norbert's training. So you want to make sure, if you haven't gone through those, to please go through each of these different blog posts, because this is going to help you understand what pillar content marketing is. So let's talk about what is pillar content marketing. Now, with pillar content, what we're focusing on is we want to make sure that people are staying on our site long enough to consume the information so that people can see us as the credible expert, and then they're going to leave comments and share our blog posts. So what pillar content is this is a post that is added to or referred to repeatedly over time, adding to its value. So this is what is called evergreen content. This is content that is not attached by time. It's nothing that's going to be outdated. It is something that is relevant to people in your niche. It's going to stand the test of time. Your pillar content is the go-to resource for that chosen topic in your niche. It supports your brand promise, establishes trust and credibility, and pre-sells your prospects. And it creates the desired result of long-term ongoing traffic. But most of all, it creates a massive amount of goodwill, builds your brand authority, and powerful engagement, because this is going to tackle the 7 key pillars of engagement. And so we talked about those before, where it was with the bounce rate, how quickly do people leave from your site, the scroll rate, how long it takes for people to scroll through your article, comments, shares. Those are some of the really big important factors that Google looks at in terms of engagement. Now, typically pillar content is content that is going to be more than 2,000 words, and that can seem rather daunting. So what I'm going to do right now is pull up some websites that have pillar content so you can get an idea of what they are about and what they all include. So the first one I want to show you is Norbert's. He has one that is how to promote your blog post, the ultimate blog post promotion guide. And you can see at his website, which is onlineprofitplaybook.com, how to promote your blog. Now, when you go through Norbert's site here, as we scroll through, you can see that he includes a lot of images. Okay, he also has like he uses click to tweet, so you can tweet content out. He breaks up the text with, again, more images, and he also includes some excuse me, some video in here as well, and step-by-step tutorials. So when you excuse me, so when you create this content, what you want to be doing is, this is something you're not going to write all in one sitting. Norbert recommends that you take at least, you want to have this content going for at least, we're spending about a week on it. And what's really cool with WordPress is that you can save your blog post in a draft form and just keep coming back to it. And then when you're ready to publish, you hit publish. So as you can see, this is something that it's a very detailed article. But if you want to direct your attention, look at how many comments he has, okay? And then over on his social shares, you can see he has 42 Facebook likes and 42 Facebook comments. He has it shared on Pinterest and on Google+. So this is an authority article. Now, what's really nice with pillar content is that you only need to update it at least, every 6 months, because then you're showing Google that it is relevant and you're keeping your audience updated. Excuse me. The next article I want to show you that is a pillar content is Ryan Dice at thedigitalmarketer.com. So if you go to digitalmarketer.com, his pillar content is the 101 best email subject lines, okay, for 2015. And if you look here, you can see all of these different, he has all these different examples that he gives you. Again, he's breaking up the text with lots of images. And this is something here that you can update often. Okay, so he goes through here and he can make one here for 2016, 2017. And look what he also added here he's built upon this by having 2014 and 2013 subject lines as well. So this is an example of another type of pillar content. And then if you could look here, if we bring it up, we can see that, just trying to see if we see any social shares on here. If we go all the way down. Okay, so I don't see the social shares, but this is something that does get a lot of traffic. They drive a ton of traffic to the digital marketer. And then the third one I want to draw your attention to is RobbieRichards.com, and his pillar content is how to promote your blog post. Now look over here at the social shares. He has over 3,500 shares to this particular blog post. 625 from Facebook, 482 from LinkedIn, 2,000 from Twitter, and 99 from Pinterest and Google+. Now when you look here, he has 32 step-by-step tactics. And if you can see, again, he's using a ton of images. And a lot of these with pillar content, you're doing a step-by-step tutorial of how people can use this. This is a great way to build your authority. So as you can see here, this is very, very high quality content. Now, we look up here for comments. He's got a lot of comments here. And what's really nice with this pillar content, it takes you only, you're going to have time. It's going to take you time in the beginning to build it. But once it's done, updating it is going to be fairly easy. And this is content that you're going to spend more time promoting than creating. So once you have it done, this is the content as far as with advertising on Facebook. You're going to want to use this for your Facebook advertising. You also want to be using this in Twitter advertising, any type of paid advertising for your blog post. That's what you want your pillar content to be with, all right? That's what you're going to be doing your marketing with. And then any other topics that you are talking about in your blog posts that are relevant to the pillar content, you're going to be linking that to this particular page, because Google's also looking at how many sites, both within and outside your website, are linking to this piece of content. That's going to also show authority. So how do you come up with this pillar content? I'm going to draw your attention. Remember the spreadsheet that we talked about a couple of days ago when we're brainstorming categories and topics. What you will do is you want to select at least 3 categories you want your content to be focused on with your blog, what you're going to really hone in and be an expert on that your market will want, okay, creating content that your market will want. So for example, if I was going to be creating pillar content, you can see I have things for blogging, Twitter, Facebook, email list, and personal development. I would have a pillar content for blogging. I would also have pillar content for Twitter, Facebook, and for my email list. Okay, so I'm going to have at least 2,000 word or more article on a certain element from this category. And then any other blog topics that I have under this category, I'm going to link to the pillar content. And what this is going to do, it's going to satisfy, the pillar content will satisfy the 7 requirements for the 7 engagement metrics that Google's going to look at to rank your site. So what I suggest that you do is start with one category and you create some pillar content. Take about a week or 2 to create this. And then once you're done, this is going to be the content that you are going to promote. Did you find this video helpful today? Leave a comment and share, and then make sure you get on my newsletter, and I'll show you that right here. I want you to go to workwithdrlisathompson.com, fill in the best information you see on your screen, and then you're going to get notified as to any new blog posts I create, videos, or any type of content, so that you can stay ahead of your competition, and this is going to help you build your brand and your business. With that said, thank you so much for watching today's episode of The Doctor Is In, and we'll talk tomorrow.